Then there is we have many more examples on the internet. I just brought this with me here. This is a 50-year-old lady from Berlin. She had a brain tumor. This is a CT of the brain. This is the liquid in the brain, in the brain ventricle, which is white because the contrast medium has given this color. This white spot doesn't belong there. 5 months later, with the micronutrient program, this brain tumor can no longer be detected. Here, a lady from Austria, from Rath. This is a metastasis of a lymphoma in the area of the knee. This is the upper part of the leg. This is the area of the knee. And it's after 5 months, it is no longer detectable. At our research institute in California, we have tested by now more than 30 types of human cancer cells. And there was not a single cancer cell line that did not respond, which is, there was not a single human cancer cell line that was not completely blockable with these micronutrients. We've published all those things. They were in reputable peer-reviewed journals. All the studies are not just with the title, complete, online. If there are colleagues here, if there are medical students here, go to our research website or to the foundation website. You can read all those things. But I want to make clear, we have never said, and I'm not saying it tonight, that we can cure cancer in every case. It is a different thing that you understand the mechanisms, you can show it works in principle, and then apply it to the human body. Especially if cancer has advanced too far, or what is in most situations the case, if the patient's immune system has been compromised, damaged by many cycles of chemotherapy. Because chemotherapy is essentially a toxin, and when you get the infusion in your arm, it goes through the bloodstream to all organs, this toxin, all cells. And, but particularly it damages the cells that are multiplying quickly, among others the cells that produce new blood cells in the bone marrow, like white blood cells, red blood cells. So the principle that we use is you enhance the natural immune system. But if that immune system is damaged by previous chemotherapy, this approach is also slow or not functioning at all. Now, let's briefly talk about the mechanisms. This may sound to some too complicated, but I promise you, it's so easy to understand that you will take it home, and you probably have the feeling after a few more minutes that you have been sitting in a lecture of a medical university here and understanding diseases. How do cancer cells destroy our body tissue? Well, they produce biological scissors. Enzymes are they called, that are able to digest the surrounding connective tissue. Now what is that? Well, this hall, for example, would not stand without iron rods, Stahlträger. And the steel in our body is collagen. So if a cancer cell wants to move, if cancer wants to spread, it needs to destroy this steel or this collagen. Otherwise it can't move. So cancer cells have that unique mechanism to produce these collagenases, these collagen digesting enzymes. Every cancer cell has that. The more they produce, the more aggressive they are. The more malignant they are, and the shorter the survival time. So there's a direct connection between the number of these Pac-Men. They chop the collagen. the number of these Pac-Man produced and the aggressiveness of this cancer. So if you look at that, this cancer cell produces those enzymes here, and then the collagen is split, and then the cancer cell can migrate. It not only spreads with this mechanism locally, it also uses this very mechanism to metastasize. How does that work? Well, let's take a liver tumor. If these cells from this local tumor become, if this tumor grows, some of the cells dissociate and they go to the nearest, they migrate to the nearest little capillary blood vessel inside the liver. Now, how does the cell, the cancer cell, enter the blood vessel from outside to inside? Well, with the same mechanism, by producing these Pac-Man. That works because the wall of this blood vessel is built of what? Collagen. And then these cancer cells are basically swept away with the bloodstream. They circulate, and pretty soon they come into organs that have very fine capillaries because they have specific functions. For example, the lung. The bloodstream in the lung gets very narrow. Many capillaries to oxygenate the blood. Now, at that point, our cancer cell can no longer swim through, so it's stuck. So what does it do? It eats its way from the inside of the blood vessel to the outside. And there it settles down. It multiplies. And then we have what? Metastasis in the lung. And the other organ that has these fine capillaries is the liver, the detoxifying organ. Same thing there. And suddenly we understand why metastases primarily happen in the lung and the liver, and not in the skin or in the gum or in the elbow. And of course, the mechanism that helps to block cancer has to start at understanding how to block those choppers. And we found out that the natural amino acid lysine and proline, and to some extent polyphenols from green tea, can actually pluck the mouth of those hungry little enzymes. Vitamin C is stimulating the production of the collagen molecules. So if you combine these groups of micronutrients, you have micronutrients that help to block the degradation, the chopping of the collagen, and you have vitamin C and other micronutrients that help to increase the production of new ones. So in essence, you have a much stronger connective tissue, and we call this, the tumor is encapsulated. And if you have an encapsulated tumor, it can hardly move. Again, there's no guarantee. But this is the underlying mechanism.